Yeah, we've got this fantastic, really comprehensive guide here from an English fluency teacher. And it's not just theory, it's packed with like actual exercises, common phrases, some really powerful ideas.
It feels less like a textbook, more like a, distilled immersion class you can hold in your hand.
Exactly.
So our mission for this deep dive. Let's unpack one specific technique the guide really champions. It sounds simple, but it seems incredibly powerful. Shadowing.
Right. We want to get into its core principles, understand why it works so well, on a deeper level.
And pull out those concrete steps, those mindset shifts you can start using, like today, to boost your confidence and really find that natural flow.
Okay, let's get into it then. Shadowing. What is it exactly? I mean, on the surface, it seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, you hear a sentence spoken slowly,
Right.
clearly, and then you pause and repeat it out loud, mirroring the speaker.
But, and this is key from our source, it's stressed that this isn't just repeating words back. It's not about memorization alone. It's more strategic than that.
That really jumped out at me too.
Yeah.
The guide makes this critical point.
Yes.
The goal isn't just parroting, it's about copying the flow of a native speaker.
Right.
It's training your voice, your rhythm, and your confidence. That feels like a much bigger deal than just, repeating stuff.
It is a big leap. And the guide argues it's so effective because it kind of bypasses that whole mental translation thing.
How so?
Well, when you shadow, the idea is you're creating real habits. And that's not just motivational talk. It's tapping into, like, motor learning.
Like a musician practicing scales or an athlete drilling movements.
Exactly. You're building that muscle memory, but for your mouth, your vocal cords. Pronunciation, rhythm, they start to become automatic.
Okay, so that's how you begin to actually think in English
Hmm.
and speak without translating.
Precisely. It helps bridge that gap. It's not just about knowing grammar rules. It's about making the physical act of speaking feel natural.
So when the guide talks about training voice, rhythm, and confidence, what's happening technically? How does shadowing actually help you sound natural?
Good question. When you shadow, you're actively internalizing the stress patterns, the intonation, basically, the music of English.
The ups and downs, the emphasis.
Exactly. A lot of learners get stuck on individual words, right? But real speech is fluid. Certain words get stressed, the pitch changes. Shadowing forces you, in a good way, to mimic that native tune.
So you're reprogramming your ear and your speech at the same time.
You got it. Building those neural pathways for connected, natural-sounding speech, not just isolated words.
That makes a lot of sense. And the time commitment needed for this, I was surprised.
Right. The guide really makes a point that even 5 minutes of shadowing can make a big difference.
5 minutes.
Yeah. The key isn't long hours, it's consistency. It's that listen, repeat, practice out loud every single day.
It's about showing up for yourself, letting your voice get stronger bit by bit, sentence by sentence, without getting bogged down and stressing over perfect grammar right away.
And to make those short sessions really count, the source material is brilliant because it gives you loads of practical sentences, stuff you can slot right into your daily life.
Which turns those everyday moments into practice time.
Exactly.
I love this part. Like, imagine starting your day, and you actually shadow your own routine. You could say, I usually wake up around 6:30.
Or add a little variation. Sometimes I wake up later if I went to bed late.
Right, or those first few moments.
Yeah.
When I open my eyes, I take a deep breath and stretch. And then I stay in bed for a few seconds and think about my day. It makes the language instantly relevant.
Totally. And it keeps going, into the bathroom routine. Stuff like, then I sit up and go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth slowly and carefully.
I rinse my mouth and wash my face with cold water.
And the guide even adds these little contextual details like, cold water helps me feel fresh and awake, which helps you internalize the whole thought, the whole phrase naturally.
And it gives you options too, building flexibility. For breakfast, you might shadow, I usually eat eggs and toast with some fruit.
Or maybe sometimes I eat oatmeal with honey and banana. Or even if I'm in a hurry, I just drink tea or coffee. It teaches you these complete chunks of language.
Not just single words. It keeps going right up to leaving the house. You could practice, before leaving the house, I check my phone.
I look at the time and read any new messages. I check my calendar to see my plan for the day. It's like you're narrating your own actions.
Building fluency for things you actually do.
Yep. Then getting ready, I pack my bag with my notebook and my water bottle. Then I put on my shoes and go out the door.
Or your commute. If I go to work or school, I take the bus or walk. There's so many of these common phrases in the guide, you could almost script your whole day.
Turning your daily life into your own personal language lab.
Yeah. And the practice doesn't stop there. It extends into the work or study day.
Right. You can shadow greetings like, I greet people politely when I arrive.
Or how you start your tasks. I check my emails and reply to the urgent ones. Then I write a short to-do list.
I focus on my most important task first. This shows how shadowing works for more complex sentences too, not just simple ones, things that reflect real tasks.
It really drives home that learning isn't just for textbooks. You can even practice taking a break.
Yeah, around 3:30, I take a break with tea and a small snack. I eat fruit or a biscuit and give my eyes a rest.
And I found it interesting how it advises weaving in dedicated English study, even just for a bit.
Exactly. It suggests if I have time, I study English for 15 minutes, I read short articles or watch English videos.
So it normalizes fitting practice into your day's rhythm. You don't need huge, daunting blocks of time.
Precisely. Small, consistent effort.
Okay, so beyond the daily routines, this deep dive also gave us this great toolkit of essential phrases for, just everyday conversations.
Yeah, like shopping, things you actually say.
I need to buy something at the store. Or, do you have this in a different size? Really practical stuff.
Or those quick questions, how much does this cost? Can I pay by card?
I would like a paper bag, please.
And the guy points out it's not just about memorizing these specific sentences. It's about getting the natural flow of these kinds of common questions down pat.
So they just roll off the tongue when you need them.
Hopefully. And then there's eating out, restaurants, cafes.
Right. Imagine confidently saying, "Can I see the menu, please?"
Or, I will have a cup of coffee. Maybe adding, could I get it without sugar?
These are phrases you will use. Shadowing them makes them feel less foreign, more automatic.
And then there's all the general social stuff. Greetings like, how are you doing today? Or, it's nice to see you again.
Small talk, too. The weather's really nice today. Or sharing a bit about your day. I had a busy morning.
Common questions like, do you come here often? Ending conversations, let's stay in touch. The guide really builds this conversational toolkit.
Even the logistical things are covered. Like, on a call? Can you hear me clearly?
Or, sorry, I missed your call. I will call you back later. Even asking for info. Can you send me the address?
Asking for directions. I'm looking for the train station. How do I get to the library? Asking about seats. Is this seat taken? Or asking for help. Can you show me how to use this?
The range is impressive. It shows how shadowing can prepare you for so many different situations you'll actually encounter.
And it goes beyond just the functional stuff. It also includes expressing opinions and feelings, which is, vital for real connection.
Absolutely. Phrases like, I think this is a great idea, or maybe hedging a bit. In my opinion, it's better to wait.
Or expressing uncertainty. I'm not sure about that. Responding positively. That sounds interesting. Or suggesting action. Let's try it and see what happens.
It gives you the language to actually articulate what's going on in your head, naturally.
And crucially, feelings, too. I'm feeling really tired today.
Or positive ones. This makes me so happy. It covers that emotional side.
I was a little nervous before. Or sometimes I feel stressed, but I try to relax. This allows for much deeper, more authentic conversation.
Yeah, definitely. Now, beyond the technique and all these great phrases, the guide spends a lot of time on something just as critical, the mindset.
Ah, yes, the mindset for fluency. Progress, not perfection.
This feels like the foundation, really. If you don't get this part right, the techniques might not stick.
I totally agree. The core idea seems to be you don't need perfection. You just need progress, which is so liberating for learners.
It is, because that fear of making mistakes, it can be paralyzing.
Right, and the guide says it directly. Forget about stress, fear, or grammar rules for a moment. Just speak. It's like giving yourself permission.
And it's not saying ignore mistakes forever. It's about shifting focus during practice. Prioritize the sound, the flow, over getting every single grammar point right in that moment.
So you free up your brain to absorb the patterns.
Exactly. Instead of getting tangled up in rules, which actually slows you down in real speech, it keeps coming back to practice makes progress. And I love this one. Mistakes guide me toward progress.
Reframing errors as learning opportunities. That's powerful.
And the emphasis on consistency. Small daily improvements lead to big success. It's about trusting the process.
Believing that every day brings new learning opportunities.
Yeah.
And my efforts today will make my English fluent tomorrow. That turns this huge goal, fluency, into something manageable. daily steps.
Very motivating. And building confidence is woven throughout this section. The guide uses these almost like affirmations. I feel more confident when I speak out loud.
Confidence makes speaking feel effortless. It links the action to the feeling.
And reinforces the payoff. Speaking English gets easier with practice, and my pronunciation gets better every time I try.
It connects shadowing directly to sounding natural. Every sentence I repeat helps me sound more natural.
Daily speaking practice helps me sound natural. It acknowledges the effort involved. Speaking smoothly takes patience and effort, but keeps the focus positive. Focus on speaking naturally and smoothly.
It feels like it's coaching you to just do it. Let go of the overthinking.
Exactly. And finally, there's this strong theme of dedication and, importantly, finding enjoyment in it.
Right. It says showing up, even for 5 minutes, means you're showing up for yourself, and that's where everything begins.
That consistent act, the guide suggests, actually makes the learning itself more enjoyable. It encourages you to enjoy the process of learning and growing.
And to celebrate every step forward in my progress, no matter how small.
Even on those tough days, the message is clear. I show up for myself, appreciate the growth no matter how small.
Ultimately, it frames this whole practice not as a chore, but as something empowering. Speaking English makes me feel empowered.
English opens new opportunities for me. It really shifts the perspective to one of personal growth and possibility.
Okay, so we've really unpacked a lot here. We've gone deep into this idea of shadowing the mechanics, how it actually seems to rewire your brain for fluency.
Right, and those very real benefits for confidence. We've looked at how practicing with real-world sentences makes it stick.
And how crucial that growth mindset progress over perfection really is to the whole journey.
I think the main takeaway is pretty clear, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that the path to fluency isn't really about these huge dramatic leaps. It's about those consistent, intentional, sometimes small steps.
Showing up for yourself day after day, embracing the process, trusting it, letting your voice just get stronger one sentence at a time.
The source material puts it beautifully. Fluency doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, quietly, sentence by sentence.
And it really urges you, not to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect accent.
So here's something to think about. The guide is full of these practical phrases. But what about your daily life? What's one small, maybe seemingly insignificant English sentence or phrase from your own routine, your own day, that you can start shadowing today? Just one.
How can you make that 5 minutes of practice truly yours? How can you take that next small, confident step towards becoming that effortless, natural English speaker you want to be?